What's going on, good people? It's Carcino here. Of course, this is a breaking video, a video we never intended to ever make. As you know, I barely do anything with Kevin Samuels. I'm not a fan of his work. I don't really follow him. Never have, never will. A lot of people have been hitting me up. I was at the Doctor Strange movie, so I did a live stream there, and no news outlet has said it. So I've had very little time to even get into it. So I've basically been doing my movie review on Screen Thing for Doctor Strange. That was the first thing that I did. So after that, I said, okay, well, let me start making calls out to find out what's really going on. Start getting to this. So after talking to everybody, first person I reached out to is to the county morgue, Fulton County. That's where his county would be. So I contacted the Fulton County, and they can't say if it's true or false, but they've had a couple of bodies come into the county, male and female, but they can't confirm who. But there has been reports of somebody from the building that he stayed in, that a man passed away from cardiac arrest around the age, African American male, around the age of the 50s. That's what they said, 50s, African American male. Cardiac arrest seemed to be the cause. So while people are jumping up and down for joy, celebrating, we don't celebrate a man's demise, even if he has passed away and is no longer here. As from the news I got, I never saw what the friend said or anything like that. I got it from calling around and talking to county people and everything else. They never confirmed and told me exactly it's him, but that this morning uh, there was a African American male in his 56 years of age was found in his apartment, passed away from a cardiac arrest. Now, my heart goes out to his family because that is a very hard thing to deal with. It's a very hard subject to talk about for a family, period. So I feel for them in that regard. I don't understand why people would be celebrating another man's demise. Like you wouldn't wish death on your worst enemy because there's no coming back from it. But we don't know or have it confirmed that it's actually him. I don't agree with his content. I don't agree with anything that he was basically putting out to the world because it was based on basically misogynistic views of just belittling a certain race of people. And I don't really like that type of content. But that's because I don't like that content does not mean that that man, life he deserved to be perished because of it, and we should celebrate him, not his demise. But it just lets everybody know as a teachable moment. Hey, Barbara, that's Barbie girl Tina. Melanie King, who's Melanie is a close friend to him. Okay. Well, if she confirmed it, then she's okay. So it's probably confirmed. But yeah, I had a very strong feeling it was true after contacting the people I did, and that's the very little time I had. They've had multiple people contact them already about the same subject. So I wasn't a fan of his content there, but there were people that were fans of his content. He was definitely somebody who made a mark. If he wanted to make a mark, he made a mark. But this is what I'm trying to tell you: no matter how much fame and money someone might get, or publicity and hits and views, uh, when it's your time, it's your time. And none of this is going to matter when you go to the other side. So you always need to be a little bit more responsible when dealing with situations, as far as how you treat each other, how you guys actually interact with one another. And this is what I'm saying. Let this be a teachable moment for all of these guys who are just putting trash out onto the world. Not to say that's what he did. I didn't agree with his content, but I'm just saying for other people that's out there. Life is short. What do you want to be known for? So this man has children, and I'm quite sure people are going to be talking very negatively about him now that he's gone, but he's no longer here. So there's no need to berate or put down that man anymore. I don't agree what he said about black women. Uh, the way he did it, belittling them. And I just don't want someone else to take that mantle. Tommy used to do the same thing, but it was just ridiculous the way that whole avenue is, because it was just for a money grab or attention. It wasn't actually trying to help someone. Well, a lot of it is people's fault. No, I did not watch his show in the entire. I saw enough. No, I'm just informing the people because I was contacted a numerous amount of times. Maybe you weren't here, but I was contacted numerous amount of times. People telling me, he's gone. He's gone." They even came in my movie review. In case you didn't know, I was watching Doctor Strange. Then I did a movie review right after it on Screen Thing. So I was getting hit up throughout the movie watching Doctor Strange. I've seen Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness. So no, I didn't say, "Oh man, let me make some money off this. Let me get some views." I don't even know if they're gonna monetize this. I don't know. But everybody else went live. Are you going on everybody else's page who went live and saying they trying to make money off of it? I'm reporting the news. So now that everybody knows that I did a video on it and covered it, no one will be asking me to do it no more. Yeah, I heard from what I heard, there was a black male. It was confirmed to me that a black male in his 50s died of a cardiac arrest in his sleep, and it seemed to be in the same building that Kevin Samuels lived in. So they basically were telling me that. April, I agree with what you're saying that it appeared that way. He knew what he was doing, but no, that black women care about themselves and stop listening to feminist talking points. That's all he wanted. It's not what he wanted. He wanted the fame and the spotlight that comes along with actually what he was doing. He was not giving them instructions on how to better themselves. He was belittling them. That was different. There's a difference, April. So I never really spoke on him because I'm like, he hasn't really said anything. There was no really thing to really report. I kind of just stayed back. Look at this guy turning this into LeBron James. Mm-mm-mm. Sister T, I wouldn't call him a good person. I don't know about what he does when they say cut the YouTube video, but from what I saw in the YouTube videos, he only belittles black women and came off very misogynistic. He said, I didn't watch that part when he did that. No, I saw the parts when he was belittling and putting down black women and became famous for doing that. He didn't belittle black women. That's all I saw him. What man gonna want you? You fat. You I wouldn't date you. You a three. If you not even a seven or an eight, you can't even I mean, really, it was that shallow and misogynistic and arrogance and narcissistic. It was full of it. But again, that's what got him famous. That's what got him known for the rest of you guys and out there in the world. And that's exactly how the show was based. And I watched it and I said, this is not a good show. This ain't for me. And everybody's like, oh, you gotta watch it. He makes some good points. I don't need I once I see what your channel's about, I'm done. Now watch Tommy gonna make a video. Well, if he's still on YouTube, I don't know what he is now. He gonna be like, now he gonna want to take his spot back. Because before his Kwame Brown 175 straight videos on Kwame Brown, that was the guy that Tommy hated more than anybody. Was Kevin Samuels. I don't know why anybody would be celebrating his demise. That man has children, I believe, out there, and he has a family. And I'm quite sure they all heart are broken because that's their family member. No matter what he did in life, you don't wish death on any man. Just because I don't like someone's content don't mean they need to die. If I believe someone is gay, what is that? So that means I believe they need to die? What is that? I don't even know what you're talking about. It's true that they wouldn't confirm it for me. I talked to some. It's reported a lot out here already, but I've talked to the county. I've talked to some people in the county. And the only thing I got from my calls is that somebody from that building may match the description of Kevin Samuels, passed away this morning from a cardiac arrest. Black male in his 50s passed away, cardiac arrest in his home. I don't know who this Melanie is, but they saying somebody called on the show and confirmed it and all this stuff. I don't know who that is. Like I don't know who she is, but I guess everybody over here they know who Melanie is, and they going down that trope. I know. That's why I said let this be a teachable moment, because it's all about our time on this earth. We think it's long, it's short. Nothing's guaranteed. Any one of us could be gone tomorrow in probably the next 20 minutes. We don't know. Life is not guaranteed. You have no guarantees here. How it's going to play out, how's it going to be. So, the best thing you could do is to live in the moment, live for the moment. Make sure that your life means something. Make every day mean something. Work towards a goal. If your goal is to wake up to tear people down every day, then that's not a real good goal. Did you pray for somebody today? What have you done? Each day, just make it mean something. You might have survived through the day because somebody prayed for you. You don't even know about it. Somebody probably prayed for you, and that prayer saved you and spared you another day on this earth. See, the Most High grant you so much time on the wheel. Sometimes your life has been spared. How many times that you guys, and probably everybody on this side, has been in a situation where you step left 1 inch, you wouldn't have been here no more. Half of us know we have been spared by the grace of the Most High by like this close from not being here no more. Probably half the people in this chat, all while we kids, probably doing something stupid, almost lost our lives, and we were spared by the Creator. And we don't even know why, or man, grateful that we was blessed with another opportunity. Yeah, that's right. So to stop and give, see, I'm aware of my blessings. I'm aware that God works through people, the Creator, the Most High. Yes, make a good man. The Most High, He works through people. That's where His works are done, through us. Now, you could block your light and darken your light and don't do the work and start serving other gods and doing other things in your life. But He never forgets you. You just have to be aware when signs and people are put in your life for a reason to help change you. You make these prayers for change, but sometimes you have to make the steps and you got to make that first step and movement towards the change. Can't pray that somebody else do all the work for you. You got to put in the work yourself. Yep, I met Sean, boxing socialist. Been friends ever since. I had a car accident, could have lost my life. Like right after he did an interview with me on his page. He did like a three-part interview with me. And right after we did the third part, the next day, I was in an accident that like could have took my life. It's a miracle I am alive. It's a miracle I walked out. Not unscathed, because I had so many internal injuries that it basically altered my life. Y'all see this here? This side slammed up against the wall. This side of my head is kind of like this, hard from that. My knee, right knee got messed up. Don't even know how that really happened. But I was blessed because I was able to walk out of there and I couldn't believe it. And seeing the actual force of impact from the speed that car was traveling about 50, 60 miles when it hit me. If I didn't have my seatbelt on, I was gone. Just, it's over. But the fact that I had my seatbelt on, it saved me. I had just put it on, like about 10 minutes before my accident, probably less than that. Just clicked it on. Oh, I didn't get a big check because I was hit by a 67-year-old white guy in a very small town trying to get to where I live, driving through this small town where it's basically 98% Caucasian. Here's a black man with a 40-inch gold chain around his neck. It was bad. They take me into the hospital. Before I even get rolled in and they write my name and everything down, they want me to take a drug test. Police meet me right at the hospital, taking me for the drug test. They're hoping I'm drunk, asking me, was I drinking? No, I'm just coming from work. So you're drinking, you did all these things. No, I did not, sir. I fought it for 3 years after all of this. They're blaming me and they're suing me and my insurance that I had. They were only covered. I had Jack in the Box insurance at that time, and they were going after they were like, well, we ain't gonna do that if they sue you and come after you. So his hospital bills, because that guy had his whole foot turned all the way around. from just hitting the brakes, and the force of impact turned his ankle like all the way around because his car got smashed all the way up. He hit me. I split two poles because my battery split in half. So the car was just going off momentum and speed. I went through two poles, turned out into the street, and the car died. I was able to walk out with nothing broken, but it was in massive pain. Then your adrenaline's flowing. But after this, that's when everything started to change. Started to see I had trouble swallowing from the accident. Then when that was all going on, my neck and stuff would lock up. It was terrible for a while. Then we go into court now. We got to battle the case because now the police officers are saying it's my fault. And I'm like, how could it be my fault? And they found a lady to say I ran the light. And she just like, you blew the light. Well, how did I blow the light, lady? Where were you? You showed up to take care of the man. And you just saw a black guy getting out his car. And then I must have first it went from I've definitely blown the light, then I must have blown the light. She didn't even know who blew the light. There was no way I would blow a light and run I was like, so I'm gonna just it's red. I'm just gonna say, let me run through the red light and get hit by a car going 60 some miles an hour. That's crazy. So after this, they came after me with suing me and all this stuff. He had his hospital bills, everything. I went and fought this thing in court. I went myself, took pictures of all the crime scene, the accident scenes to prove I was the one that was hit. I went to court, got all the cases basically thrown out. They didn't show up for court for the court date, for my court dates. They didn't even show up. I was there to get all the case, the tickets, whatever they wrote, thrown out. I contested all of them. I won all that, went to court to petition to get anything thrown out. And I had all the evidence. I had showed it to him. And the courtroom we went to was like in a small town. So it's like in a farmhouse courtroom. I believe me. This is in Bumble, Illinois. And I'm like, all right, well, everybody's like, oh, these are great shots. Yeah. I'm like, look at the tire marks. You can see where I'm hit, and the tire marks show where I go. I'm excellent at that. I don't even need a lawyer for that. The lawyer said, I should hire you because you know exactly how to get the right photographs of everything that went down. Took a picture of the whole thing of what it looks like, where the cars were positioned, how I was hit. Look at his car, look at my car. You could tell what car was hit. At the end, first thing they said, the minds were already made up and they determined, well, we got the police report, they got a witness, so can't turn it over. Can't overturn it. Can't overturn it. You have to go to trial, and you don't want to go to trial. Just pay what you got to pay, and they came and they was coming after me for $100,000. They wanted me to pay another 3, 4 thousand, and I'm like, this is crazy. All the hospitals, pain and stuff. I was like, that's it. We didn't fought this thing for 3 years. So, like 2.5 years fighting it. So I went all the way down, to talk to my lawyers and to protect my asset. I feel Chapter 7 bankruptcy protects your assets. So you don't have to sell nothing or anything else. You just protect your assets. If you got any credit cards and stuff, you close those, and you just protect all your other assets that you have going. So I was able to transition stuff into other places to protect myself. The house and everything else was already positioned and taken care of. It's in my auntie's name. So everything was done and done. So when that happened, and Sean, who I told you, God put people in your life for a reason. Sean was there. He had just interviewed me before my accident. 2 years later, and right after the accident, I had told him, I'm in here. I could barely move the day after my accident. I said, we're gonna make, because he basically was looking for someone to help him out with his boxing website. He had a boxing website, he just started it, wasn't really doing anything. He didn't know what to do with it. So one of his friends who met me said, I'll introduce you to this guy named Carcino. And he seems to know a lot about boxing, and you know about boxing. I'm gonna introduce y'all. She introduced us, and you know me, I'm very reluctant to do anything with anybody I just met. He ended up interviewing me, and right after that, I hit him up, told him about the accident, and I said, "We're gonna make this website the biggest boxing website in the world." I told him that I was in pain. I was hurt all over. I said, "I'm gonna be in here recuperate. We're gonna make this the biggest and best website, boxing website in the world." And we did. Boxing socialists started taking off. We hit the ground running. I was like a man possessed. It was like I got new life. So boxingsocialist.com was in the position with the big boys, all the top boxing websites. We were in the top. We had exclusive interviews with fighters and promoters and everybody, and we're sitting right there at the table with the big boys. Sure, boxing monster. Right now, you would call me a boxing casual. But boxing's been in my blood and everything, man. It's crazy. So that's what I'm saying. You got to be knowledgeable about your life, yourself, and knowing when a blessing has been put in front of you. Sean came to me, and that was a blessing that happened. Now, what if I just ignored that and went another way? All of that led up to me being here right now talking to you. Because if it wasn't for boxing socialists, I wouldn't have really built my YouTube channel up, which was basically all boxing at the time. But it got us really out there, and we really started taking it serious. You saw my interview with Floyd Mayweather. You saw me covering the sports in ways that people weren't doing it. It wasn't really done that way. You know, people only covered it when it was a fight or they did a one-on-one interview. We did it almost in a podcast format when it wasn't a podcast format. Sean was good with tech. He's a technician. Like he's got every cert there is. So did all the tech work. I was the talent. And basically we had the first podcast ever because nobody really had no structure for that. Oovoo.com, OOVOO.com was the first that had multiple pictures in one setting, and you could record it and bring other people in. That didn't exist at that time. And we're talking about 10 years ago. Like I told you, people come into your life as a blessing. And since then, that has transformed all into what you see and hear now. So this none of this would be here with us. We would all be gone if we didn't do and take advantage of the if we didn't take advantage of the opportunities and the signs God give you. No, it's all about what we do in our lives. There's a lot of people out here that do jobs that they don't even like. They're not even proud of the work that they do in life, but they got to feed their families. So we show respect when someone passes away because there's no coming back from that. So you just remember all the good they tried to do that they did when they were here for his family. You feel for them. Say, I'm sorry. He got children out here in the world. So you just feel bad that they lost their dad, or the family members. Your heart goes out to them because death is final. You don't wish death on your enemy. You don't wish death on anyone. That's why I don't play. I don't play with God, and I don't play with life or death. Life is very real, and I'm very aware of that. Right. And that's why I said, like, it's painful for the family and the people that really knew him, and loved him. It's more painful for them because they know him. Like, we don't know him. Like, we didn't know him at all. We seen him on his show and on the videos. Well, the most of you guys did. So, but we didn't know him. Why is everybody saying that? And it's always the men that keep saying that black women are going to celebrate. Black women finna celebrate now. Why are you putting that on us to look bad? You know how bad that is? That's like saying, like, we just savage like that. Just like, yeah, he's dead. Like, why would you put that on black women? And it's all been men saying that in the chat. Black women for the celebrate now. Well, I don't wish him to be passed away. I wish he was still here with his family and everything else. I don't know about all that legend stuff and all that. I'm just saying life is very short. Days go by fast, and you never know when it's your time. It could be any of us to go see our creator and face him. And it's all about what did you do? What did you accomplish in this lifetime? If they're celebrating, that's because they are very unenlightened. You don't celebrate other people's demise. It could be my greatest enemy. I would never celebrate his demise, his or hers demise, because what are you really celebrating? If you really got to celebrate another person's demise, then you're miserable. That make you worse than anything they could have ever done to you. I don't agree with this content. Never was a fan at all. But just because I don't agree with this content, you got other people you had, what, 1 million subscribers or whatever that like to listen to stuff like that. I did not. I didn't find it entertaining. Some people did. Kwame Brown used to listen to it. I don't know if he probably still did, but Kwame Brown was a listener of Kevin Samuels. Um, Tommy, all of them had said points that we both were like in agreement with, but it was the way the message was delivered that came off as malicious and cruel. And if you don't have any humanity about yourself to not be cruel when delivering the message, well, a lot of people keep saying feminists. No, I'm just really tired. I just came out of the Doctor Strange movie. And that's why I basically, since I've been back from that, I've been dealing with this. I was doing a movie stream and everyone was hitting my phone up in the movie theater. As soon as I turned it on, that's all I kept seeing was Kevin Samuel, Kevin Samuel. So I was like, well, let me do my movie review, then I'll come and tackle this. So on Screen Fiend, I did the review to Doctor Strange and did all this stuff here. Yes, my Carcino for Life Patreon. We do have me and Whack 100. Basically, our conversation is up there. Yeah, it's still the number one thing on my page. So Whack still can generate a bunch of hits and views. Oh, the Don Imus situation, that was ridiculous because once they did something to him, Gravity, I think Gravity already did something about this. Because I think when I was typing my video in, his was already out, or he had did it hours ago. Like I said, I was in the movie watching Doctor Strange, new movie before this all hit, and I kept getting hit up about it. Well, the thing is that we noticed a lot of different changes around us that we don't even pay attention to. Sometimes you put things off. Now you be like, man, I'll do that tomorrow. I'll do that next week, and it never get done. Oh yeah, it's my Doctor Strange cup. Of course, I took Doctor Strange. Still got my popcorn. No, I had a friend like that. He kept putting things off that he wanted to do, and he was talking about his will and talking about what he was finna do, and because he was joking, I'm gonna cut you out my will. He always say that as a joke. And then they told me that he had ended up passing away, and we didn't even know because we used to just see him at the bar during football season. He used to always joke, "Well, I'm gonna cut you out my will." Told her, "Boy, I'm gonna cut her out my will," and he passed away and found out he never even made a will. He didn't even have one. He never made one. He never got around to doing it. He kept putting it off. Don't put that on God. Don't say God told him to. This is it because he was doing bad, and God came and got him. We don't know that. All we know is that somebody who's 50, African American male in his 50s, died from a cardiac arrest in his apartment, and it seemed like he died in his sleep. We don't know anything other than Hmm. Someone said he drank a lot of energy drinks. That could do it, especially in your 50s. Drinking energy drinks and doing something like this, and who knows what his schedule is like or what he did in his other walk of life or whatever. But fame, fortune, attention, in the end, it don't mean anything. It's all about what you do while you're here. So if you guys remember all the good things about that person, if he is deceased, we don't know yet. Um, but if he is gone, if you guys were followers of him and you remember all the good things he did, he said, use the good things that he did, and then you create and pass on the message. Barbie girl, we don't worry about people in the grave like that guy. He's the living dead. We don't worry about him. That's right, Deron. Hmm. Oh, thanks, Mr. Bailey. It's Joseph Bailey. That's why you got a wrench. Oh, somebody came in and did something to him, huh? I'm sitting here reading the comments, sir. Hmm. Right. You always take a negative and try to turn it into a positive. So you always try to say to yourself, what can I do better or what do I need to do to make my life better? I don't know about his birthday coming up and none of that stuff. I don't know. Right. So like Whack 100, all these other people, they doing all these extra antics, and you just hope at the end of the day, while they doing things for hits and views, they decide to they actually, do some things that have meaning. Like I don't like academics, but everything. What do I be telling you about academics? I tell you where he went wrong. He needs to atone. Why haven't they done anything for the community? Why hasn't he put together charity events? Since he brags about he got all these millions of dollars, what are you doing for the communities in the neighborhoods, in the areas that you're taking from? The majority of those people are teenagers or young people. Most of them probably not even black. It's a lot of stuff that they throw on us that's not even us. Just I don't know. You can go on the Patreon and see it. All right. Prayers to the family, man. Prayers to everyone involved. Think the Illuminati got them. I don't. I have no idea. I have no comment on that. Yeah, people have hit the like button. People have donated super chats. Um, hopefully they subscribe. We can come back and have these conversations. We were supposed to be doing Power. We're gonna probably do that tomorrow. Do the Power series. Then we're doing Moon Knight on Screen Fiends. So we getting there. Yeah, I did see Ozark, but I'm kind of waiting on everybody to finish Ozark before I come out with my review. Oh, of course, it was great. Oh, you talking about the winning time? Oh yeah, it's all these sudden deaths, all this stuff going on. All the Rick James stories, that's gonna be on the Patreon. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just be, take advantage of each day. Try to make it count for something. You got family, you got kids, hug them, tell them you love them. Don't ever take it for granted. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna get out of here and get things prepared. Probably going to bed a little early tonight. So let me go ahead and tackle this. There's no NBA games today, so we can rest easy. Just well, pray for that man's family, his children. Pray for the world. Bless you all. That's why I always tell y'all God bless on my videos. Think I just say that just to be saying it? No, I really mean it. God bless all y'all, man. The Most High, the Creator, whichever faith you believe in, be blessed. Prayers and health to your family, your children, to all of you.